Hello everybody out there in Hot Rod Land, it's Phil coming to you once again from Carcraft Classics. Today showing off this just killer CJ7 Jeep. But before we get to that, for those of you maybe watching a video for the first time, this is Carcraft Classics. We're located at 321 Canton Road in Cumming, Georgia, 30040. We're about 30 miles north of Atlanta, about 40 minutes from the airport. Phone number for the shop is 470-239-4977. My name is Phil, I'm the owner here, and my cell number is 770-317-1415. We can also be reached via email at carcraftclassics@gmail.com. And be sure to visit us on the web at carcraftclassics.com. If you're into the old classic cars and trucks and wheel and tire packages and neon signs and old hot rod novelty items, please follow us on all the social media platforms. We're on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube under Carcraft Classics. And if you are indeed into all this kind of stuff, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. It really helps small business owners like myself get exposure on the internet. All right, so where do we start? This Jeep came to me from a local gentleman named John, and he completely restored and modified, we'll call it a resto mod, this Jeep from back to front. I mean, every bolt's been changed, and it was a complete frame off restoration from the suspension to the top. It's been completely restored. It is in immaculate shape. Immaculate shape, unbelievable. So John bought this Jeep back in 1998, which, believe it or not, is 25 years ago. And I guess at about 121,000 miles, he did a full restoration, which is about 5,000 miles ago, and modified quite a bit. This guy's a Jeep lifer. He knows exactly what to do to these things. Not only to make them look good, but perform well, whether you're on road or off road. He's done some considerable upgrades to this vehicle, and I'll go through all of those as I walk around the Jeep. But before we get started with the walk around portion of the video, I have some stuff I want to read to you real quick. John gave me a detailed list of all the upgrades that have been done, so let me read through those real quick, and then we'll get down and dirty, and I'll walk around the Jeep and show you every angle I can. All right. So, body off frame restoration in 2013 at 121,000 miles. The body was fully disassembled and painted. The color is, let's see, it's like an RAL 7040. It's actually the powder coat, and the color is window gray. Absolutely love it. It's kind of like the popular battleship gray that you see on the late model cars, but it's just a lighter shade, and it just looks killer up against the black. The contrast is really, really nice. All right, body tub and lower roll cage lined with Monster Liner truck bed liner. Upper roll cage and added front passenger cage extension, painted with the body. It's got a new black best top soft top on it right now. We've also got 3 or 4 different options for the tops that come with it. I'll go over those with you in just a minute. But let's see. Metal Cloak, a Jeep aftermarket company that makes these parts for these Jeeps. He bought quite a bit of stuff there. You can see the step beneath the door, and then the fenders front and rear, and I'll give you a better look at those in just a minute. But a lot of the stuff is from Metal Cloak. It's got a Poison Spider Customs front winch bumper and rear bumper. Stainless steel fastener hardware throughout the body, so we didn't go back with the same nuts and bolts. Everything's brand new. And as far as the engine goes, you'll see when I get up under the hood, but it's got a brand new crate motor in it. It's the L31-R Gen 1 small block Chevy 350. It's a roller motor with about 300 horsepower and about 350 foot-pounds of torque. He outfitted the engine with a nice serpentine belt system, and it's even got dual exhaust. It's got Flowmaster 50s underneath. Really, really a nice build. It's got a high-flow water pump, a Warrior cooling radiator, and electric fans as well, which is a nice upgrade. Okay, for the clutch, it's a Ram 12-inch diaphragm clutch with hydraulic release. For transmission, it's got a brand new ASIN AX15 sourced from Novak adapters. It's got, red line fluid in it, brand new transmission. Not rebuilt, but brand new. The transfer case, it's in great condition. It's a stock Dana 300, and it's been twin stick converted. If you don't know what that is, I'll show you here in a minute. The actual shifter for the four-wheel drive mechanism inside the cab is switched to 2 dual or twin sticks. Really, really a cool setup. Drive shafts are brand new. They're Tom Woods 1310 CV shafts and gold U-joints. Front axle is a Dana 44 wide track. Now, this size Dana did not come with this Jeep. Okay, it came with the larger Jeep Cherokee Chief trucks that Jeep makes, so they're a little bit wider. So the axles front and rear are wider, so it gives this Jeep a little bit more of a wider stance, which of course is great when you're off-road for stability reasons. The rear axle is a Dana 60, so we got a 44 up front and a 60 in the rear, and neither one of those heavy-duty axles came with this Jeep, I can assure you of that. It's got 410 gears in the rear, and that Aisin transmission is a 5-speed. So I believe this truck, even with the V8 when you bought it back in the day, came with a 4-speed. So it's nice that you have that extra highway gear, that's for sure. All right, moving right along. The suspension. Poison Spider Customs full-width front axle kit with shackle reversal. Heavy-duty greasable shackles, leaf springs, etc. And this truck actually comes with all these goodies on the table I'm going to show you here in a minute, plus a set of stock leaf springs I have inside. It's got a 1-inch body lift, which is nice. Helps with accessing, and working around the body and frame. The wheels. It's got a killer set of 15 by 8.5 American Racing wheels on it. And remember, we're also a wheel dealer, so if this is not the wheel that you choose for this Jeep, we can outfit it with a new set of fuel wheels or whatever you choose. All right, let's see what else. Inside, the dash and everything has been powder coated in that window gray to match the exterior. The gauges, the original speedo and odometer, they are original to the truck, as well as the fuel gauge, but then it's got some extra gauges I'll show you here in a minute, VDO gauges for the volts, the oil pressure, water temperature, and engine RPM. All the dash light bulbs were replaced. It's got a rebuilt steering column in it that's got tilt, which you need to get in and out of this thing, that's for sure. It's definitely lifted. New steering wheel and polished adapter. It's got a nice stereo system in it that I can't get to work, but I'm sure that's just old guy-itis. I got to figure that out. And it's got a set of roll bar speakers, so when you're cruising off-road and you're having fun with your friends, you can have your favorite tunes pumping. All right, it's got a high lift jack. I'll show you here in a minute, in place of where the back seat would normally go. It's got 4-wheel disc brakes. It's got power steering. It's got powered brakes as well. Let's see here. New fuel tank and sending unit. New stainless steel and braided lines. Completely rebuilt heater and ventilation box. All new pull handles in the dash and everything. Even the pedal assembly, the clutch, the brake, the gas pedals, all that's been rebuilt, pulled out, sandblasted, powder coated, and reinstalled. I mean, he touched every end of this vehicle. Every part of this vehicle has been restored. It's unbelievable. All right, windshield washer pump, reservoir kit. It's all new. Spare soft top. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. Original steering wheel. I've got Dana 44 front knuckle camber adjustment shims. I've got those as well. But anyway, that's pretty much the list that John gave me. So what I want to do now is just go over the vehicle for anything maybe he missed on his sheet there, but I'm sure you would agree it's impressive. So here's all the goodies that come with the vehicle. It's a new set of soft doors. Got a black air cleaner from Edelbrock. It's got this box of all kinds of goodies and stickers and all kinds of stuff for the Jeep as well. Like I told you, John's a Jeep lifer. He's accumulated a lot of stuff, and we're going to include all of that in with the sale of the vehicle. There's the back seat, which is not currently in there. It's got a brand new American Racing wheel with a fresh tire on it. That high lift jack I mentioned to you before. Some hardware for the top. And again, it's got a brand new best top on it now, a soft top. And it's also got a tonneau cover and a couple other tops that go with the Jeep as well. There's your sun visors. Original steering wheel, little bumperettes. So quite a few goodies, which I know you guys and gals out there love, especially the Jeep community, because things break, and also people's taste is different. Some people may like the steering wheel that's in there. Some people may not like that custom look. Well, if you don't, I've got the original steering wheel. And I don't even know where to start. This thing is so beautiful. The paint is unbelievable. Obviously, he has put very few miles on it since it's been completely restored. And my favorite part, the American flag, baby. Okay, so let's start up front. Forgive me if I'm a little redundant here. I'm going to talk about some things that I may have just read off to you on that sheet of paper, the build sheet. But so again, first thing you notice when you look at this Jeep is that wide stance, which again is great for off-road, adds stability, but it really gives it a killer look. So John was explaining to me, you know, about this wider Dana 44 axle, and this part right here was mounted outboard, as John put it, of the front bumper here, and normally it's inside, and you needed to do that so that the leafs and all the shackles and everything lined up, as you can see right there, with the mounting, you know, plates and such. To mount that properly, you needed to buy this kit with these shackles so these springs could line up properly, and that's why you got a little bit of an angle on that shock there, which somebody pointed out on the internet. But forgive me, I'm not a Jeep expert with all the lingo, but I'm sure any of you out there understand what I'm talking about. And there's the factory mounts, the upper shock mounts. You see the braided lines. Really a clean build. Really, really an impressive build. And of course, you can adjust the height there, as you can see, with the rear shackles on those leaf springs. All the bushings and everything brand new. Frame rails nice and clean. These inner fenders are just unbelievable. I mean, it's hard to believe you even put 5,000 miles. It's so clean under here. So these are those metal cloak front fenders, inside and out. Those killer American racing wheels, 15-inch. And in the jewelry box, what do we have here? All new wiring. Brand new engine, brand new steering shaft, brand new brake, dual master cylinder, brand new brake booster. It's got again that serpentine belt system right there, a single belt, which again is nice for off-road. Probably have a lot less problems with that than you do with the old style V-belts. Center bolt valve cover, V8 350 small block. Again, I think it was called the L31 when I read that sheet off before. Brand new intake manifold, brand new carburetor. There's your Edelbrock air cleaner, new heater hoses, new exhaust manifolds. Looks like a low car oil dipstick. Brand new interstate battery there. All new battery terminal wiring. There's those electric fans, brand new aluminum radiator, new reservoir for the radiator overflow. I mean, everything's been touched in here. That trick new fuel filter, fuel pressure gauge, new cap and rotor, new wires, of course. You can see the brand new little mini starter down there, one of those little high torques. Just super clean. Firewall, inner fenders, outer fenders, under the hood. Look at the look on that thing. I love the round eye Jeeps, you know, the squares, they just look modern to me. But again, this is the 1982. So it does have that vintage look. Just killer. Killer little jewelry box, as I call it. Super clean presentation. New exhaust manifolds. Let's see if I can get a little angle on there. There you go. There's those exhaust manifolds. Or ram horn style. But again, sorry to be redundant, but I love this window gray, as John calls it. Paint and matching powder coating on some parts. Just a really clean look. And some of you may not remember these wheels. They're from like the late 80s, early 90s, I think. They called them the saw blade wheels. And it looks like they've got some miles on them. The tires appear brand new. But if you don't love the saw blades, which I think are killer, but if you don't, wheels are a personal preference thing. We can certainly get you a new set of wheels. As I said, I'm a dealer for most of these off-road wheels, and we can get you set up with a new set if that's not your personal liking. All right, let's look at these tire size. 35 by 12.5 by 15. And they're Goodyear Wrangler tires. It's an LT, so it should go down the road well. It's not a total mud tire that's gonna make all kinds of noise going down the road. And I've put a few miles on this, both with John and without him, just to get, familiar with it. And man, it goes down the road well. And after that lift and everything, the view from the windshield from inside there is just killer. Killer, killer. New mirrors. I mean, you find something that's not been restored on this Jeep, I'll give you $1. Windshield hinges, all the rubbers around the glass, all the gaskets and everything, windshield wipers, everything's been replaced. Some aftermarket parts, some factory parts have been restored. Give me a quick second here. Just gonna put this hood down to give you a look at the Jeep here. Hopefully that didn't hurt your ears. All right. And there she is. Lifted, widened stance, repainted, new 5-speed transmission, new engine, new best top, new fenders. Just a killer look. Those metal cloak rear fenders, which also have that gritty bed liner material. She's ready for the woods or the highway. Again, this is the CJ7, not the 5, so this one's got the longer wheelbase and the larger opening for the doors. So guys like myself that could use to shed a few pounds can get in and out of this one a little bit easier. New little apron where the gas cap goes, new gas cap, tail lights. As you can see back here, under the brand new best top, the back seat has been removed, but as I showed you over there, we have one that goes with the Jeep. It's got that high lift jack there. So that's the factory roll bar. But as I'll show you when we move to the interior, John had a roll bar extension welded in and powder coated to match as well for the front. Again, brand new wheel, American Racing. I think we call those the bullet hole wheels. Aluminum 15-inch wheel for a spare. Brand new tire. High back buckets with the middle console. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the tub has been covered with that powder coat material. There we go. Let's see if I get this one down. There we go. That wasn't too bad. One of my pet peeves about not only soft tops on Jeeps, but soft tops in general, even like the convertible Corvettes. You know, when you get that old ratty top that, you know, the clear plastic starts to yellow and you can't see through it, and then it can crack if it's sun-baked. These are all brand new, crystal clear. Brand new gas tank under there. There's that beefy Dana 60. Showed you the 44, and there's that rear bumper. Nice, very nice. That rear axle, baby. That didn't come from a factory like that, I can assure you of that. And we'll get it up on the rack, and I'll get you detailed pictures of every part of this Jeep. Will be on our website, carcraftclassics.com. It also does come with a clean Georgia title. Look at that stance. I love that. Just a little bit more aggressive than the factory look. And those coated steel metal cloak fenders. Look at how clean that is. Underneath even. All new hardware, as I mentioned. Rust free. You can tell this thing's been babied, but I'm sure John had his fun with it. Look at that. That is cool. That screams fun. Again, you've got the Dana 44 up front. Extra wide. Came on the Jeep Grand Cherokee Chief and was added to this build. All right. Check it out. You know, at Carcraft, we don't have unlimited room, so, you know, when I find a classic car or truck, I'm looking for diamonds in the rough, as you may have heard me say before in other videos. Unique vehicles, cool vehicles that I'd like to have myself, and this one definitely checks all the boxes. So it's got newer metal door panels, pull handle painted to match, new window cranks, everything in here, all the rubbers, vent window stuff, door seals, everything new, no rust, little rocker panels, not all chewed up. Again, it's got the new vest top seats, high back buckets. I know the Jeep purist says those aren't original, and you're right, they're not original, but I think they might be better. All right, now I talked a little bit a few minutes ago about the extension to the roll cage. So of course that roll cage in the back is what came with the vehicle. And then these additional bars were welded in. Come down to the dash where they're attached there. Thank goodness for that handle, because this old guy can't get in and out without it. Here's that new steering column I talked about earlier with the tilt feature. Got the new GT steering wheel. Again, as I mentioned before, I've got the original. Got the little collar after installing that custom steering column, just so you don't see anything. No gaps between that and the dash. All the handles in here for the lights, for the temp, all that stuff is brand new. Windshield washer motor, I'm sorry. Windshield wiper motor, I should say. This thing's got me giddy. No carpet on the floor, but it has all, you know, the bottom of the tub has all been coated with the bed liner material. There's that trick shifter that was put in here, and there's those twin sticks. So instead of just that solo stick to navigate through the four-wheel drive options, you have the twin sticks. And I've got a diagram. There'll be a photo of it in my ad at carcraftclassics.com. I'll show you all about that. Super cool. Again, that's a 5-speed transmission, which I don't think was available in '82 for a Jeep, but it was installed here. With that clean dash, you got the factory gauges, and then some additional gauges added. Super clean. Again, all new knobs. Got the oh shit handle over there. Brand new polished little handle there for you to hold on to if you get it going off-road. Little vents for the windshield defroster. Those are new as well. New windshield wipers, new rear view mirror. New. I know you're tired of hearing me say that. Let's see here if I can get this back seat up without putting the camera down. Probably not. Okay. Let's fire this sucker up so you can hear it. Carbureted V8. Connected to a 5-speed manual transmission. Dual exhaust. Flowmaster 50s. Of a deeper tone compared to factory, that's for sure. It's not an over-the-top cammed hot rod, though, I'll tell you. It's not really a super choppy idle, but definitely a deeper groan, that's for sure. Killer. All new exhaust. All right. So let me stop gushing. You're probably tired of hearing me talk anyway. But needless to say, I'm in love. And I hope you are too. All right. So, 1982 Jeep CJ7. Frame off restored. Resto mod, baby. Built a lot stronger than when it came off the factory floor, that's for sure. So, asking price. We're asking $37,500 for this Jeep, and I tell you, you really can't check comparable Jeeps online to set a target price, just because there are none that really, you know, are comparable to this one. But we looked around Jeeps in general, we looked at some custom stuff, and I think that price is more than fair. Really, it might even be a little low, but again, $37,500 for this completely restored and modified Jeep CJ7, 1982 model, with the longer wheelbase from the factory. Fresh paint, new V8, new transmission. Needs nothing but a driver. Completely turnkey, ready for the woods or for your daily commute. Now, my number again, 770-317-1415. Give me a holler or shoot me an email at carcraftclassics@gmail.com. Let me know if you'd like to make an offer, you want to schedule a test drive. Remember, we can also help with financing. Our preferred lender is JJ Best Bank, and we can also help with delivery in the lower 48 states. We can put it right in your driveway. Just let me know if you need a quote on that, and we'll take care of it. Again, she comes with a clean Georgia title. Asking price is $37,500. Just give me a holler if you have any questions, and I'll be glad to help. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really, really appreciate it. Be safe out there. God bless America.